I like ripping Hondas.
Okay.
So I gotta say, slow car fast. You know, like hitting VTEC. It's like all the things, you know, right? Like when you look down, you're like, oh, I'm not going that fast, but you're like, bah, bah. It's so like, it's raw, right? But I
Visceral.
Yeah, the word of the day.
Guy stuff.
Yeah.
But I also understand like driving a fast car slow. So like seeing the Evo, it has a lot of power. It's a fast car. It's not going fast, but you're moving slow and you shoot some flames. Like that's cool. That's driving a fast car slow. That's the cool part of it, I think.
That's a really good point, Spencer.
Welcome to another episode of Modify with TrickFactory Customs. If this is your first time watching, my name is Elvis.
Tim? Spencer?
Dean.
He's continued
kidding.
on his random nameness.
I'm just kidding. It's Rob. Come on.
But on this podcast, we talk about cars, modified cars. We are a custom automotive shop based here in British Columbia, Canada. But we're currently not in British Columbia, as you can see behind us. We are at the Driven Show, which is in Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah.
I've never been to Alberta or Calgary before, so it is
Cold here right now.
Yeah, I know, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's been an adventure getting here.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about all of that because as you can see, the slant nose is there. The 996. The Evo is over there. And the slant nose is also over there. And they made it successfully. And we're going to talk about all our experiences with these two cars the past few days and how we got them here. But our topic for today is actually going to be driving a slow car fast or a fast car slow. Because what made me think about this topic is a lot of times we have a lot of power. Actually, prime example. So your Mercedes Evo, 190 Evo, what kind of power does it have?
1,000.
1,000, awesome. And the bottom end is built for 1,500 horsepower. While your slant nose is about 300,
Probably 300
horsepower. And so the question again is fast car, driving a slow car fast or fast car slow. The slant nose 300 horsepower is not slow, but by today's standards, it is regarded as okay-ish.
Right. I mean, in today's world, that's nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
And so you can exploit, I think you can exploit pretty much all the car's potential without going to jail. No, that's not true.
You're still going to jail.
You're going to jail, but at a slower pace. With the Evo, I'm sure once you floor it in like 1 second, it's already, they'll just ship you off.
Yeah, immediately jail.
I feel like the thrill of the moment, like in the Evo, you're gonna fucking mash it once, and you're gonna be done. You're gonna like probably need some new underwear like instantly. Whereas the slant nose, it's a significantly less powerful car. You're gonna be driving it for longer periods of time, faster.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we're going to dive into all of that on this episode. So with that said, actually, before we get started or dive into this episode, actually, for you guys, how was the whole experience getting here? Because it has been a long drive or road. So who wants to explain?
Oh, man, we left with the best intentions. We were supposed to leave at 4 in the morning to be here for 6 p.m. last night. We ended up having to push that for 7 a.m. And then we didn't leave town till 4 p.m.
Like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Oh my God.
Then we lost a rad cap in the Porsche. Pissed coolant all over the freeway. Had to stop 6 times, go to a gas station, get water. The gas station didn't have any water. So we finally got that sorted on and off over the next hour and a half. And then we finally got on the road, which then it was immediately dark. Then there's a road closure, and it's not good. So we got here.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what time did you guys get here?
Yeah, so we were supposed to be here 5:45 p.m. last night. We got here at 5:45 a.m. for a 7:30 roll-in. So I think we got 45 minutes of sleep.
Yeah. I shut my eyes for 45 minutes. It was like I blinked.
Yeah, I laid down and then I had to open my eyes again to get up.
Yeah. I was actually kind of confused. I was like, no, did that actually happen?
Yeah. I was like, how did the time go so fast?
I know. And like, so how did you guys were not sleepy? I feel like you guys did not even get any sleep the night before the day before you guys even left. And so how did you guys bomb from 10 hours straight here?
There's no choice.
Straight.
There was no.
We have the will to win, Elvis.
That's amazing.
You tell yourself that every moment, every time you're nodding off, and you're like, I gotta get there.
Yeah.
Gotta get there. Gotta get there. We're gonna do it.
The rumble strips. Yeah, because I heard you were doing some kind of.
Oh
you know,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Left and right.
Yeah. On purpose, obviously.
On purpose. Yeah, we're not.
I wasn't falling asleep at the wheel.
I think you might have been trying to copy what I was doing.
Yeah. Honestly, I was though, because the slant nose, it's the headlights on it right now are absolutely atrocious. They're the ones that came with the kit.
They're like 4 inches off the ground.
That is so
suck.
funny.
We're gonna have
Like
to
fog
deal with
lights,
that.
No high headlights.
Oh my god.
We were
Just
driving
pure
in
fog lights.
Yeah, we were driving in like pitch dark darkness with like almost no headlights.
Oh my
it was scary, man.
It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense. And like the cars oncoming traffic, the car's so low, so you're staring in the semis, bright ass lights right into your eyes.
Yeah.
So
Every
you get
single
blinded
one that
for
goes
2
by.
seconds. You're like, and then you gotta try and focus again.
What's wrong with this guy, man? Why are they high beaming us? No, we're sliding down the road on the super low car. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So, but we made it.
Yeah.
We rolled in on time. We got set up on time.
Nice.
And I think tonight we're probably going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Tim hasn't had any sleep. Spencer kind of slept-ish, off and on.
I slept like probably collectively like an hour and a half.
Oh, nice.
No, more than that. Maybe like 2
That's not a lot. And Rob, you also
snuck away.
Yeah, you snuck away to go sleep in the
This
van.
guy went and slept in the van in the parking lot all day.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
I needed it though. Like I was not functioning as a human.
I was jealous.
You know.
And but I think I thought I had the short end of the stick but I think I had a great time. I had 2 hours of sleep. I
had
think
to catch an airplane.
And it was great. I know. I actually
Guy
flew
flies
here.
in.
I know.
Looking all fresh.
Yeah. No. But I had something to do until like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I got here, or I had to sleep pretty much for 2 hours and then get on a flight to come here. So my eyes are kind of burning, but it'll be fine.
Well, I mean, there's
I know. I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah.
I hope you got some sleep on the plane.
Not really.
Oh my
No,
God.
it's
That's
fine.
horrible.
These
It's
are all
fine.
just sacrifices that you got to deal with if you're going to try to,
Yeah,
make
but we're
the
all
most of
here.
life, right?
It's been awesome. There have been some amazing cars. If you guys do not know, again, this is the Driven Show. It's a really cool car show that it's almost like not like a traveling circus, but like they have shows in every city or every major city in Canada.
Probably one of the last and largest indoor shows
Yeah.
that I'm aware of anyways.
Yeah. And so there are some really cool builds here. So far, what has been your favorites, or what have been some of you guys' favorites before we dive
I
into
really,
the
really
topic?
like this 996.
I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty biased to that one myself.
Yep.
Yeah, no, there's a nice BMW over there, a really nice E46 M3 that I'm drooling a little bit over.
Candy red on red.
No, not that one. No, that's like the GTR kitted one.
No,
no,
the
there-
black
With all the
one.
canards?
There's a red on red M3 over there.
No, I'm talking about the blue one. I was asking you, Spencer. What's
the
that?
E36.
No, it's an E46 M3, but it's that blue. It's like the competition blue, or
It's the dark blue, or the lighter, the Estero blue.
the
M
Estero.
blue.
Yeah, the M blue.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of my
Yas Marina or no?
No, Estero
fantasy
blue.
cars.
Oh,
It's
okay.
The
beautiful.
OG M Sport blue.
That's sick.
Yeah, we took some time, scoured the show. Still haven't been able to find that elusive 1,000 horsepower BMW.
I know, or
yeah.
any 1,000
We're looking.
horsepower Honda.
We're
We saw
looking.
like a 400 or 500 horsepower Honda.
You guys had some
Like
conversations
somewhere
with
over
people.
there.
Turbo K-Series
Turbo,
or something?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But nowhere near 1,000. The turbo was kind of like my fist, probably. A little bit bigger than my fist.
We tried to get a big BMW guy on here, but
N54.
he wasn't,
Yeah.
he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it.
I know there's a 700 and something horsepower Mercedes that he hasn't tuned, and it supposedly could make 1,000 horsepower.
That's all he did was downpipes, probably.
No,
That's
it's
a
like a
big
fully
jump.
built block. Like everything is built.
The C63S.
Yeah, the multicolored
Yeah.
Skittles one. Yeah.
Yeah, but those guys start with like 600. So
Yeah, I know that. No, it's like 500-ish.
okay, fine.
I don't know, but it's supposed to be able to make about 1,000.
Yeah.
So
We're standing by for that one.
Show
Yeah.
me the chat logs. You know?
So he might or might not be coming on this podcast. Actually, I have talked to him and he's down to come whenever. But
Nice. I want to hear all about it.
I know he has spent literally an arm and 2.5 legs on that
Yeah.
car, so it would be interesting. So I'll see if we can maybe get to him before this podcast is over, or maybe towards the end. But with that said, we're just gonna dive right in and get started. So, slow car fast or fast car slow? That is the debate. So who wants to start to chime in on that?
I would say currently in the car community, it's slow cars fast, fast cars slow.
Wait, what?
That is the topic.
I would say.
Wait, repeat
I
that
would say
again.
most people that have legitimately fast cars
Yeah.
drive them slow because they're generally used more of a flex than actually wanting to drive them fast.
Oh,
And then all the
okay.
true enthusiasts, I wouldn't say true enthusiasts, let me take it back, I don't want to get roasted again. There's a greater percentage of people with slower cars that want to drive fast. So you see all these Ferraris, McLarens, all this kind of stuff, and they're never being driven fast. They're being parked and cruised so everybody can see. And then you see all the slow guys driving like trying to go fast.
Because I do a lot of car reviews for YouTube, and so almost every time that I'm driving, at least in the summer, when I'm driving like a fast car and I'm like going, there's always that like, man, they're like screaming at like 5,000 RPM, trying to catch up to you. But what I've also seen is that the slow car fast, at least for me, is probably more fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
I'd say so, like-
I think that's pretty safe to say.
Yeah.
I think you get that experience that, again, we keep going back to the visceral experience at a much lower rate of speed.
Yeah.
So the chance of catastrophic, like, death is much, much lower. Well, it depends. You might be driving some tin can of a car and end up like a scrambled egg, but if you go off at 60, that's your chances of living a lot higher than
A lot
160.
higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to Germany? We drove on the Nürburgring.
Oh, that's
Like we went and
amazing.
did like several laps on the Nürburgring with a rented Audi A6 wagon, and it was
Was it
like
stick?
no,
turbo.
it wasn't a stick, but it was just a regular commuter car. It had commuter tires or commuter car tires on it, so they're not sticky boys or anything like that. We took it out on the Nürburgring. And we were flogging the shit out of it.
That's-
and like the tires are begging for mercy, right? Like they're just like every corner, every braking input, like they're just like, you know,
Yeah.
And it was awesome. You know, we're getting past in like by
we're
by
standing
cars.
still, like literally
we're standing still in the middle of a corner, but we're just having the time of our lives.
If you were sitting inside the car, we were winning.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
buddy.
Like one
it was the W for sure.
Yeah, I
And
think
you pull out on the back straight and it's like, doo, 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 doo. Like, oh, we're not winning.
I think Jeremy Clarkson said the best car in the world is a rental car.
Yeah. Any car that's not your own.
Yeah, because you don't have to care about anything. And whenever you're getting one, he always gets it with the insurance. So that car literally can go anywhere at almost any speeds, and you almost don't care about what happens afterwards.
You learn all the maneuvers in that thing.
The loophole with Nürburgring is it's not a racetrack. In Germany, it's technically a toll road.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's not a racetrack, it's a toll road, so you can take your rental car on there.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
dude.
they did.
Yeah, man, they have like tour buses and stuff that go on there. Like,
that is
actually,
awesome.
it's
What?
pretty awesome.
I've
It's pretty cool.
always wanted to go to Germany. Have you? So I guess when you went to Germany, you went with. You guys
Yeah.
went together. Have you been to Germany?
I haven't been to Germany yet,
dude. What?
Yeah,
did you,
that should be on everybody's bucket list experience. Check that off in life if you can, because it's worth it.
yes. And so, what are your thoughts on this topic, Spencer?
I like ripping Hondas.
Okay.
So I gotta say slow car fast. You know, like hitting VTEC. It's like all the things, you know, right? Like when you look down, you're like, oh, I'm not going that fast, but you're like, bah, bah, Porsche, it's so like it's raw, right? But I
Visceral?
also visceral. Yeah, the word of the
Our
day.
guy stuff.
Yeah.
But I also understand like driving a fast car slow. So like seeing the Evo, make its moves. First couple moves around, it's like it has a lot of power. It's a fast car. It's not going fast, but you're moving slow and you fucking shoot some flames. Like that's cool. That's driving a fast car slow. That's the cool part of it, I think.
That's a really good point, Spencer, because that's there's a lot to be said about that. Like just blipping the throttle in a really fast car like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to be traveling quick.
No.
But you can feel it inside, and like the thrill is there for sure.
Yes, like I heard the Evo start up for the first time yesterday, and even if it was not moving, it still sounds like everyone just starts laughing because it's just that's the kind of emotion that it evokes, I think. It's so fun, and even like just you moving like 1 mile per hour, like it was still fun.
You don't even need to know. Drive the fast car slow as possible. Anything in that one, right?
So so I do kind of see, I guess, the appeal in fast car slow, because it's like even like Lambo, like an Aventador at like 10 miles per hour, I think it's just fun.
It's like a different level of stress too. I think like you're ripping a fast car. I got distracted. There's a guy.
Squirrel.
So like driving a fast car fast, like it's a little like stress level's a little bit higher. You're thinking a lot faster. You
There's
know
a
what
lot
I mean?
more at risk.
A little bit more, like your survival instinct is a little bit more,
Yeah, that's true.
put to use, right?
Yeah.
So when you're ripping a Honda, you're like, feels like you're ripping a fast car fast, but you're going like 100.
Yeah.
And you're out like $4,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst case scenario. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose like you're not technically supposed to be ripping cars on the streets. I don't know who does stuff like that.
I know. Come on. How dare you? How would you? Come on.
What?
We're responsible citizens.
So like, you get a slow car and you put some nice sticky boy, grippy tires on there. Now all of a sudden you have all of this ability to corner at much higher rates of speed. Now you gotta fucking trailer your car to Mexico just so you can rip it.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's also what we met. I think we talked about this in one of the podcasts we did a while back. But you were talking about Miatas and why they are so awesome, even though they're not fast. But they are like, if you drive it to the limit, at least on the track, drive it to the limit, and you can use 100% of that power.
It's crazy.
Pretty much all the time.
I have a perfect example of this.
Okay.
Yesterday, when we were bringing the Evil out here, I had the shop van. I was giving her the full beans the whole time. I could only do 85 kilometers an hour. And these guys, were watching out for us, making sure, they were running defense, sending us road, like, speed trap notices.
Oh my gosh,
And
nice.
Steve kept calling him out, like, oh, bro, we got nothing to worry about. But I'm like, I look down and like, oh, I'm only doing 70.
Yeah.
I can't
We're below
even get a
the speed
ticket
limit.
if I try.
Yeah, that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
We couldn't even speed on a downhill.
No, yeah.
So I got a little bit of sense of, those Civic owners, what they feel on a daily basis.
Yeah. I feel like that is terrifying though, like, because you have mentioned, speaking of downhill, I feel like you mentioned once of when you almost died on a downhill in the
That's true. The trailer brakes went out and we had a Porsche Cayenne on the back and it almost pushed me downhill to my death. But luckily, there was a runaway lane, but the runaway lane had been washed out, so it would have made it even worse.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so regarding the Porsche, it doesn't have a lot of horsepower.
No.
And so would you say it's fast?
I'd say you could drive it fast. I'd say probably one of the funnest cars that I've ever driven is my 2.516. Like off the line, you're getting smoked by shopping carts, like literally everything.
Yeah.
But you could drive that car really fast.
Yeah.
Like it'll hold 160, 170, and you can just toss it into anything you want, and the thing is amazing.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of my funnest cars that I've ever driven. Same as the Cayman. Cayman, same thing. Like you throw that old adage out like it's on rails. That thing literally felt like it was on rails.
Yeah.
And then you get other cars and it's not the same. Like it's point and shoot kind of thing. So
Depends what you're doing too. Like I've
True.
seen those videos of like autocross, for example. Like Miatas are the king of autocross. Like you see those autocross pros, they're in like a stock Miata, and like all he does is feather the handbrake around corners and like flip the car like 180 degrees, like around the cones, like wrapping
So
around
sick.
these tight turns and stuff like that. And you can't do that in a fast car, really.
No.
So I can imagine that's pretty fun if you know how to do it in a Miata.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be awesome.
And then with this car, like you don't have to drive it fast, but because the exhaust is custom, you get the sound, you get the vibes, right?
Yeah.
Get the rips.
Yeah. God, I love this thing. Like just the placement of the exhaust is so awesome, and it captures so well in video too. Because imagine if the thing was the exhaust was out at the back, you wouldn't be able to see the flames here standing in the front. But it just adds to the the spiciness, the deliciousness of the tone.
The sauce.
Yeah, I know. So, with that said, I think we've pretty much answered the question of slow car fast, fast car slow. It depends on what you're doing. Both of them can be fun. But I would take, I don't know actually. Now that I think about it, since we mentioned like the Evo being slow and still having fun, like still like laughing your butt out pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if you see a Lamborghini cruising through a parking lot creeping, you're like, holy shit. Like, the curb appeal is crazy.
Yeah.
I think
But,
I'd be pretty
yeah.
annoyed doing that though.
Why?
Because it's built to go so fast. I feel like you'd just be like, just lugging away, just like things begging to go.
you never see them going fast though. I think they're just such a target. It just, I don't know. I've
It
never
almost
seen
sucks
one
the fun
ripping.
out of going fast, or
Which is like a shame. You want to see one ripping, you want to hear it, but you just never do.
Depends on the car too. Actually, we were talking yesterday, like a stock 2JZ twin turbo. Like as a daily driver in the city, is not that sick.
No.
They're dogs, but you have to get into the boost to have a good time, right? So
Yeah.
You really just say that?
yeah.
Sorry about your luck.
I know, right? I'm gonna put
Hey,
that
I'm
front and
speaking from
center.
first-hand experience, man. 90% of the internet's never had one.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you did have one,
Because you
right?
had one.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Yeah.
they're not that sick.
Come on, man.
That's gonna
Just put a
be.
giant turbo on it, build the bottom end.
Just
put
spend
a
$50,000
And you'll be
pretty
fine,
good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
horsepower
have a
all
lot of
day.
fun.
That's what I heard. Allegedly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so with that said, we're just gonna shift gears a little bit and just talk a little bit about Driven, because I just thought it'd be cool to do a live podcast at Driven, just because the environment is like so awesome. Like there's
Live
some
at the Octagon, man.
there's some really cool cars, and so what are you? Let's all just go and say our top three.
For me, I'm going to say that gray RWB with the molded body kit. Number 2.
And for you guys that are just listening, you can watch this episode on Modify with TrickFactory Customs, our YouTube page, and I will do my best to link all the photos or videos of the cars there. So yeah.
Number 2, I'd say that black GT3 style BMW, the E46.
Ooh.
Not
The red one?
no, there's a black one. It's got a bit of
Full LM looking
Yeah.
kit.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I need to check that one out.
Yeah, it's pretty wild looking.
It's got a turbo. It's like a turbo M3.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
it's a legit M3. Yeah.
oh shoot.
Yeah.
And like M54. Sorry, N54. No, that's not E46.
S54.
S54. Yes. Okay, I did not know you could turbo those cars easily. Like,
I don't know if it was easy, but I know
no,
people
like
do it.
Got
are
one.
they like high compression already? Like, or no?
They're high revving. I
Yeah.
don't know about if it's high compression.
Okay.
Yeah, they respond really well to a turbo kit.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get some pretty crazy numbers out of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
allegedly.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not-
Everything here is allegedly.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if it's 4 digits or anything, but it's easily 600.
Yeah.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, number 3, I'm going to say my car. Just because we
Which
did
one?
a bunch of new stuff in
I know
it.
which one.
The Evo.
Oh, Evo.
So we
Nice.
got some new toys in it, and I got to drive it in here. So, I'm going to say that's number 3.
Also, something cool, like I said this earlier, but you would think like this car was built in 2019 originally, and so you would think, oh, like the hype has died down for the car, because when this car launched, this was it pretty much blew up the internet.
Yeah.
And so you would think like that has died down, but no, like it is still one of the most loved cars that I think I've ever seen, because even here at the show, like people just, it's literally like a swarm of bees, like every time, constantly, and there's always traffic just stopping at the Evo and the slant nose, but more I think go to the Evo, and it's just still killing it like years later.
Seeing it in person, I think. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And I
totally
think
different.
the key to it was never built to be a hype car.
Okay.
So I think that's what's kept it timeless.
Mm.
And mostly what you hear people talking about is like the attention to detail that we put in it. And even though they've seen it a time or two, they just keep looking and keep finding more and more things. So I think that's helped keep it relevant.
Yeah.
That car, I feel, is kind of like very inspirational to a lot of people, I think. I hope, anyways. Because we put a lot of effort into like making a lot of things for it. And I hope that when people look at it, they feel inspired to go and do some shit on their own.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It definitely inspires for sure. Because when I saw this car, it was at SEMA. If you do not know again what we're talking about, watch the video, check our Instagram, TrickFactory Customs. This is Tim's Mercedes 190E with an Evo 2 wide body kit, fully custom. It's glorious. But whenever I saw this car at, I think I saw this car initially on Larry Chen's video when he did a video on it at SEMA. And I was like, oh my God, this thing is amazing. And then after meeting you guys later and finally like getting to work here, I'm like, it is so inspirational. It is like, it's pretty awesome. Like, because even though, yeah, like the things done to it are crazy, but it still like gives you a picture of what is possible if you put in the work.
You know, and
pretty cool.
and it's one of those kind of cars too, like Tim said, it's kind of timeless. Like we did this car years ago, and to this very day, every time I look at it, I still get fired up.
Yeah.
You know, like it's awesome. Like we were talking about, like when you fire that car up, and you feel that everybody in the shop just lights up. You can't help but smile and feel that. It's incredible. And I wish everybody could feel that.
Yes. So next car for you guys. I think Tim has said his top 3.
Spencer?
What about you, Spencer?
I think probably. There's a lot of wild stuff out
it's
here.
hard.
Right?
It's hard to decide. I mean, you really got to sort of,
I think,
pick apart, because
probably
so many. There's a lot of cars.
I like that G-Wagon.
There's a G-Wagon?
Oh,
the
yeah.
lifted one.
The lifted, the big boy on Olin's and everything. The bead locks.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that kind of touches a little bit closer to like what we got going on in the shop right now too. I mean, it's when you look at that, I mean, you're like, oh damn, that's cool.
And like,
that's what ours is gonna be like. That's sick.
It's gonna be pretty awesome. I'm so excited for the one we're building.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, I'm gonna keep referencing the videos, but we're building an electric G-Wagon that's gonna be lifted. It's also a 2-door, which is crazy. Like, I've never seen that before. But 2-door G-Wagon. What else is it gonna have?
It's a cabriolet.
It's a cabriolet.
Power top with the EV conversion.
Nice.
On 35s, 4 inches of lift with 4x4 square suspension.
You know,
Sick.
another thing that's kind of
Pretty
wild is
looking.
like the guy that owns that. We're doing like several G-Wagons for him actually. So he's got a whole fleet.
He's a G-Wagon
of really,
nut.
really like obscure ones that I never even knew existed, and it's cool.
The G-Wagon, I think, is really cool. Because there's a lot of like wild ideas here. So when I see a car within the crowd that's more like purist, I'm like, it's extra nice here. You know, like the 930 Turbo over there, it just has wheels, and I'm like, man, that thing's nice because it's facing a Genesis.
Man, you're checking all my boxes, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Man.
Spencer, you're an old man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Spencer
You're
likes
an
to keep
old
it classy.
man. What the heck?
That's
Come
right,
on.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think, the G-Wagon would be number 1 out of everything. So it's cool to see like
That's no way. They just
no, sorry, that's my number 1 out of the 3.
That's bullshit.
Really?
Total
No way.
bullshit.
I
'Cause I
call-
know which one was
I
your
call
number
BS
one.
too.
Which one was it?
Die low.
Oh, I forgot about
Which
that
one?
one.
Which
Oh, my
one?
bad. Yo, erase. Yeah, G-Wagon number 2.
Okay,
So
what-
there's like a what is that body style? Like 220 S-Class, like an 01
Oh, that one over there.
S-Class,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
The VIP, the big
Bag.
boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
sick.
I love like old school, early 2000s, like DMX Mercedes, you know, and then
X gonna give it to you.
yeah, nice. And then
Yeah.
like I love like VIP, like JDM VIP style cars. So that car had both like all the junction produce, all that stuff, the curtains.
Did he have a
the
chandelier
champagne
in the
table.
insides?
No, he wasn't stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you
He
saying,
had
man?
the whiskey decanter and the cigar.
That's
that's
right.
so
That's
cool.
right. Yeah, and it was
Nice.
just didn't have a body kit, like no JDM import style body kit. It was just OG.
Nice.
And it was clean. It was silver. Like that era of Mercedes silver is really nice. So
You can't beat a big body Benz.
big body
Nah,
Benz,
it
man.
just looks so nice,
And the
man.
plate was die low, so it's like DAI and then LOW. For those who don't know,
Nice.
die low is like Big Brother in Chinese, right?
Yeah.
So that's really sick. So that's like
pretty
those are my top two. And then number 3, I gotta say, I think it's this 488 here.
Oh,
in the
which
purple.
one? The purple one?
Yeah. That not gonna get into the details of it, but I just like that it's purple with
I
with the
love-
same that yellow stripe.
Yes.
I think that's cool. You know, I've never seen a purple
Yeah,
Ferrari.
that
So,
purple with
there's
the
a
yellow. I
reason
was just
for
telling
that.
Tim too. I was just telling Tim, it is one of my. It's just me, but that's one of my favorite colors on a Ferrari. I think
It's just a nice purple.
It's
in
a
general,
nice
I
purple
think,
with the
yeah.
and the yellow kind of works well with the contrast.
That
It looks
LA Lakers.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh!
Yeah.
Yes, Tim is like no.
Well, I mean, it's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice. They did a good job.
Yeah,
on that one.
I'm thinking of putting that on one of my cars now. That purple. Jag.
Oh, the Datsun.
Purple?
Or
Do
the Datsun. Oh, with the yellow.
I'd
Might
probably
actually not
not do
look
the yellow on your
terrible.
car.
With the yellow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. What about you, Rob? Did you say you're 3 yet?
No, but Spencer kind of checked off a few boxes for me. I'm pretty basic. There's that 930 turbo with the roof wheels on it, nice sticky boy tires on it. Like there's something about that just speaks to me. It's pretty basic. It's not very custom, but I just love it. It's awesome. The RWB, it's like I think it's
Gray one.
the 964, I believe.
Yeah.
With the molded on fenders. It's like typically you see the RWB Porsches done and they're like really, really, really wide. Well, this one's like not quite as wide, but it's still wide body. It looks really nice. That's a really sick car. Yeah, some of the overlanding stuff is pretty cool. I kind of been falling a little bit more in love with that kind of stuff lately. It's pretty awesome. I'm really, really biased towards the cars that we brought.
That's true.
I feel like, yeah, they're pretty much top tier for custom. I feel.
I think so.
There's a lot of cars here. It's really, really hard to decide because each and every one of them brings something to the table. But when I look at cars, I look at like the things that are handmade, like custom, one-off, and
Yeah.
Level of difficulty to execute.
I
I
like
think it
that.
should be a judging criteria.
I think so too. And it is also interesting to see some of because we went to look at some builds and it's a cool concept. The car that we're talking about, it's a cool concept, but some of the details were
Just put
I
them
feel
side
like
by side.
rushed. I feel like they were rushed, maybe because of the show. But in general, I'll still give them an A+ for the
Effort.
concept. But I'm still hoping that the what they did, I'm not going to specify. I don't want to give too many details so they don't know what car it is. What they did, hopefully it's tested because you can't do what they did to a car like that. Because if, like, I feel like, I'm just going to say, so there's a car that has been converted to a rear engine swap.
Yeah.
Mid-rear end.
Yeah, mid-rear engine swap. And so it's like, if you're doing that kind of stuff, there's a lot of things that goes into suspension geometry, balance, like chassis balance, a bunch of other things that it's not just dumping the engine in the back.
Yeah.
And so I hope they did all of that. And so I think that is a really cool concept. A for effort. I really like the concept in general. So,
Yeah, I love it. I love seeing people like commit to something really, really dramatic.
yeah.
Like it's pretty awesome. it's so much work to do this kind of stuff.
It's a lot of work.
You know, and like I love to see that. It's really fucking. That's the shit that fires me up.
Yeah.
You know, it's more than just paint and wheels and stancing.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the effort and trying to execute it rather than people just doing easy things badly.
Yes.
If you're trying to do difficult things and you fail and you keep moving forward and try to get better, I can totally appreciate that.
Yeah, that's respectable.
We failed at a lot of things.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing easy shit bad, then I got no respect for that.
No.
Yeah, I completely agree. And so, one of my top threes, obviously the gray Porsche with the white molded in RWB wide body. I've never seen a molded in one before, and so that is very unique looking. And the way the headlights look and the way everything, it looks glorious.
Yeah, that's a beautiful car.
It looks so good. And then let me see, what's the second one? I would say one of ours, obviously. I'm still trying to decide if the Evo or the Porsche. For a whole package, the Evo, obviously, because of the amount of giggles that it just brings to everyone in the room every time. And yeah, it's just amazing. The Porsche is also sick.
See, now I would say the Porsche over the Evo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I mean, the Porsche is still really cool. I love the way it transforms the 996. Like some kids have even been walking past. They're like, "Whoa, that's a Lamborghini," and then they're like, "Wait, no, it's a Porsche, or it's a Porsche." So and so it's very interesting, like the different things or the different opinions that people have. But so far, at least people that have seen it in person, I've not seen anyone that hates it. So it's really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. So what's my third one? Have you seen the engine in this? This is a twin turbo. It's a Factory 5 Racing. That
that thing.
Factory 5 Racing.
GT5 or what's it called?
It's like a
GTR, I think.
Yeah.
Is it
Maybe.
Factory 5 GT or something. GTR?
Something like that. Remember, we went to go look at one to quote finishing it for him because the kit needed a lot of work.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's pretty sick. Like the engine, you guys see inside. Oh, I saw the engine. Oh, look at it. Twin turbo LS. Yeah,
that's pretty nice.
I think that
nice
one is
packaging.
Cool. Yeah. And then I think that's not my favorite, but I really like also that Ferrari race car. It's like converted to street
Enzo?
use. Yeah, it's like ZXX, the Ferrari ZXX, and it maybe was converted to a street legal car.
There's some janky shit on that car.
Really?
It makes me upset.
The concept though is sick. Like what it started life out as.
They should have left it alone.
Yeah, that kind of shit. That's the shit that fires me up too.
Yeah, so cool. So yeah, I think that is it. Anything else before we wrap this one up?
Anything cool?
You need to come to these kind of shows if you want to try to, appreciate everything that we're talking about.
Yeah, they got a pretty good mix of everything here.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a good show. It does travel across Canada. I think this is just Canadian, am I right?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
I think they're talking about expanding it into the States.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
So it's like us coming to Calgary right now is kind of a primer because the Driven Show still is going to come to our hometown soon too.
Yeah,
so
that's going to be fun.
That's going to give us a little bit of opportunity to dial in a few more things on what we bring to the table.
When is it? You guys know? In June?
It's a month away.
June 17th.
Okay. Middle of June.
Middle of June.
Oh,
So
Mid-June.
you guys can hit them up at Driven Show. Google it. You'll find it.
Find some time to get busy.
Yeah. I don't know the website. I'm like, let's Google it.
I think it's just at Driven Show.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
I think
Yeah, it's a
that's
pretty
it.
cool show.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. This was a lot of fun making. We wanted to make an episode live, and so I think we nailed it.
I think this is fun. We should do this more often.
Yeah, maybe next time we can have a whole audience. If there's
we
people that
should.
want to listen to us talk crap about things.
I'd like to do a Q&A or something one day.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions that we get all the time, so I can just compile
A
something.
lot of questions I got to ask too.
Oh my gosh. So with that said, we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.